Okay, hopefully this is working. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Sometimes I get asked, I've been asked this before, like what would I like changed in Dragon Ball Fighter Z? You know what I mean? So I guess I'll make kind of a, I don't want to go too in depth, but a ramble video about the stuff I would like to see change in Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And here's the thing. A lot of the stuff I would like changed is I'm not sure how to say this. I think Dragon Ball Fighter Z is almost kind of beyond help because I feel like there just needs to be so many drastic changes. I don't know if it would ever actually happen. So I think like any nerd, it's fun to think of like, oh, I would like to see this changed in this game. I would like to see this changed in this game, right? But I'm kind of a realist too, right? So I don't know how much would actually ever be changed, but I'll try to give some examples of things that I would like to see changed. Again, how realistic a lot of this is another story, right? So I don't know, where should I start off at? I think in general, my opinion of the game is still the same. I think that a lot of the new things in the game are cool. What it brings new to a fighting game is cool. I just think that fundamentally the game is shit. You know what I mean? That's the problem. But a lot of new fighting games nowadays are fundamentally shit. I mean, and they have a lot of fundamental problems, and this game is no exception, right? First of all, I mean, we could look at certain things like, I know see people say like, oh, I want to change homing dash, right? Well, homing dash is part of doing a combo. If homing dash is slower, maybe that's not going to combo. Maybe that's not going to combo, right? So changing homing dash is not a good idea because homing dash is one of the different things about this game. You know what I mean? I could see homing dash, maybe it has a bigger hurt box. So if someone's homing dash at you, you could more easier to like tap them out of it or something like that. But in general, what are you gonna do, dude? I mean, I also think it's funny. Think about the irony of this. We have a game where it's hard to open people up. People say like, oh, this game has such shitty mix-up, which from a certain perspective it does, right? Not all characters have a 2 low or 2L, whatever. I'm just gonna say a duck little punch or a duck little kick, whatever, right? Not all characters have that, like Vegito, right? But then you have people like, oh man, this game has such shitty mix-up, but I got hit by the homing dash. So in a sense, isn't the homing dash a mix-up? Now maybe from some perspective that's fucking bullshit, and I can definitely see, oh fuck, I guess the homing dash is a mix-up, right? But hey, it is what it is, right? So you're gonna have less of a mix-up since homing dash is kind of your mix-up, right? Some people say like, oh well, we don't want to give characters more defensive options potentially because defense is already technically very powerful in this game because you can't instant air dash out of moves unless you're sparking, right? Well, also think of homing dash in this kind of sense. Isn't homing dash kind of in a ghetto way from a certain perspective your way of doing instant air dash mix-ups, right? So think about the bigger picture before you give. I think a lot of people, and I've said this before, a lot of people aren't actually good at games in the first place, and they can't actually talk about games in an intelligent manner either, right? And it's very rare to find someone who can do both. Think about the stuff you're complaining about, and think about if you're actually saying a logical way to fix things. So when people say like, oh, make homing dash or slow or all this kind of stuff, so it's like, wait, the defense in this game is already, you know what I mean? Like, this is already in a way, kind of technically your instant air dash mix up in a way, since you can't, do that normally, unless you're like, like sparking, right? You know what I mean? So in a way, homing dash kind of is your mix up in a ghetto kind of perspective way. So no, I would not change homing dash. Besides maybe giving it a bigger hurt box, right? I know I could show, man, I don't know there's just so many things I could start, but I've said one of the things too, let's get into like the fact that I've said I would make the game more wacky. I'm going to be all over the place with this, okay? So I'm going to be all over and just pick at random little things that I would change, right? So hopefully it makes sense and all that. I know I've said before, like not all characters have a 2 low or a ducking low kick. I think that is fucking terrible game design. I think it's fucking absolutely terrible game design. But you know what? Because that's what they're going with, I would not change it, okay? I wouldn't give Vegito a 2 low or whatever like that, right? I would keep that, okay, that's not good. You know what I mean? So because you have made a game where not every character can have like a too low, which is absolutely ridiculous. Again, that's more reason to make the game as wacky as possible. Okay, so I would give characters lots of wacky shit, right? But for the characters that didn't have a too low, I would say first of all characters need to be more unique, right? So let's get into like say auto combos. No, I would not change auto combos. People hate auto combos because it auto corrects whatever. Well, the auto combo has to have something, dude. Because technically, if you're playing the game generally, optimally speaking, you know what I mean? Auto combos aren't giving you the most damage, right? So, no, I wouldn't change auto combos. Auto combos are fine. The fact that they cross up and all this kind of shit. I know it sounds bullshit, but if it's in the game and it actually has a unique animation, it needs to do something else, right? Actually, as a matter of fact, I would make it so when you do auto combos in the air, if you haven't, I would always give yourself, it doesn't always have to do the dynamic or whatever, you know, giving yourself the Dragon Ball, but you know, you have that auto combo, I just makes the guy so he isn't ducking, right? Or blocking, whatever the word is. You know, when you do something like this and the guy bounces off the wall, I think you should always have an option to bounce the guy off the wall if you haven't smashed like that yet. There should always be an option. There needs to be more kind of cool combo routes, right? So no, I wouldn't change this auto combo, right? I would actually technically make it a little bit better, right? For this kind of auto combo, first of all, how would I change the medium combo, auto combo? Well, first of all, you know, everyone does a generic sweep. I would give everyone's second hit of their auto combo another unique animation. Maybe everyone has a different, you know, maybe it's a low still, but, you know, give everyone another unique animation for something. For characters like Vegito that doesn't have access to a lot of lows like that, maybe keep his a low, but give it a different animation. Make it do something else that it feels worth doing, that there's a reason to do it, right? I would also say when you do the second hit of that auto combo, of the medium auto combo, you can also then go into a low again or do whatever, right? Because it counts as its own thing. So again, characters. So, you know, in this kind of perspective, I am giving characters more options to do lows and everything like that, right? But I'm not changing the fundamental aspect of what should be in all fighting games, you know what I mean? You should be able to mash on low as many times as like, so that's like another change, right? You know, there should not be a limit. You know, it shouldn't be like, oh, you can only do this twice, right? You know, because you got to fix this stagger pressure shit, which I'll get into. But again, all characters should have another unique normal when they do that. I would even say, you know, certain characters like their medium special of the auto combo is more unique. I would make sure that every character's special out of the auto combo is unique. Everyone's needs to do something different. Hell, I would say potentially every character when they do, I know it's stupid because you're just doing an auto combo. I don't agree with auto combos, but it's in the game. You got to give it a fucking use, dude. So you know what I would say when you do the mediums, the special out of that, maybe everyone has a special that they only get when they do that. Maybe it's a unique special that does something unique to the character. Or make it like a special that does something crazy, right? You know what I mean? It has more of a crazy effect. There has to be more reason why the player would actually want to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? It can't just be there for like the scrub that doesn't know what they're doing. I want it to be useful. There has to be like a specific reason that you would want to do it, right? So again, that's how I would change medium auto combos. For air auto combos, because you know people always complain about it. You know, it'd be like boom boom, that, or if you're like I press two buttons, I press different buttons each time. You couldn't tell the difference though, because in that situation there was no auto correct, right? You know what I mean? So not the same thing, right? But you know, for a lot of those other Banshee Blast loops that are showed recently, some of those do use the auto-correcting, you know, auto combo. So for that, it doesn't have to be a big change. But when Vegito does, I did the auto combo there, just flip his sprite. Flip the sprite around. It's a fucking like 3D model. When you do an auto combo, just flip the sprite. Have the medium that you're doing with that, just flip the sprite. Have them do, or if you want to do it, have them do a different animation. Have them have an all new attack with a different hitbox potentially. That might be interesting, right? But at least just flip the animation, kind of like how it does in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You know what I mean? I don't know if it does it in the other one, I forget. But I know it did that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. If you pressed like a medium twice or a light twice, they would do the same move, but a different view of the animation. Just do that. And you know what? You have instantly fixed all the thousands of comments that you get on every video. It's like, did you do the auto combo or did you just do the light medium? Boom, you fixed that instantly, right? So that's how I'd fix the auto combo, whatever, and that, you know what I mean? You fix that. So getting into more about how characters don't have a mix-up, and I'm going to give you guys an analogy, right? There needs to be fucking block damage in this game. This is absolutely fucking terrible, right? That there is not real block. Like, look at the block damage on this. This is fucking laughable, dude, right? Jesus Christ, was that like 2 or 3%? That should be doing 10, 15%, dude. And you're like, what the fuck, 10, 15%? That sounds ridiculous. Dude, he shoots a big fucking laser beam at you. And I want you to think about this too. Because I'm going to get into how I think that this dynamic should be changed. You know how they say that this game has no mix-up? Or characters have don't have a good mix-up? Think about this, dude. Think about Street Fighter 2. Did you know in Street Fighter 2, before Super Turbo, there weren't even overheads, dude. Besides when you jump in, of course, right? Do you think the player or as a spectator were still excited when you were watching the opponent block? Do you know why you were excited? Why you got nervous? Because you could still be chipped out. Because the threat of block damage was a real threat. That's one of the beauties that they've been taking away of fighting games, right? There's so many scrubs being like, oh, you shouldn't die from block damage, that's so cheap, blah, blah, blah. It's like, do you realize, like, dude, that's the fucking beauty of Street Fighter, dude. When you think about old school games and you see a person just neutral jumping over a fireball, before there was even overhead mix-ups or anything, before Ryu had his forward strong overhead, you know, before any of this, right? There was still excitement. And you still got nervous watching the opponent neutral jump over fireballs. Watching the opponent DP through a fireball because they could not take any more block damage. Do you get what I'm getting at? So even if we have characters that don't have strong overheads options or low options, do you realize if you added block damage, guess what? Your ass can't fucking block all day. Because I got fucking laser beams, dude. Do you see that? I got fucking laser beams, dude. You know what? I don't got a lot of fucking, I don't got high-low mix-ups. Well, hey, this is safe. I just tap, a little bit more blocking. Boom, tap, boom. I'm kind of harassing you from here. Boom. You don't want to keep blocking this, dude. Oh, wait a second. Since you don't want to keep blocking, you're going to be more prone to wanting to homing dash or reflect out of something, right? Vegeta's like, hey, I don't have a lot of mix-up, but at least I can throw my fucking fireball. And you just ate five points of block damage every time, right? You might be like, oh, that's fucking cheap, but I have no mix-up. So then the opponent wants to reflect more, or they want to homing dash more. So you're adding more incentive to the player to actually use these properties in this game that they added, right? It's like, fuck, I don't want to keep blocking this. You know what I mean? I gotta, like, you know, now the opponent wants to homing dash more. Hey, maybe I'm ready for it. Boom, smacked you out of the air, right, dude? You made, like, that idea of the game is there, but it's not present enough, right? So speaking about defensive options, first of all, let me like turn this off, right? Because I'm talking about there should be block damage. Like, look at the meter right here, dude, right? First of all, this is something, I'm gonna show this example, right? You see how there's like 4 notches on the power bar? There's not actually a lot of point of this, right? Like when I do a charge up, it always builds two little blocks, right? But generally speaking, there's not a lot of purpose of that, right? You don't ever notice that, like, you don't really notice those blocks besides that very specific purpose of something like that builds 2 blocks, right? So, to be honest, because I want, oh, you know what I forgot too? For the medium auto combo too, I think every character actually should, this could be another way that you could add stuff. I think every character should, even though I know they don't want you to have like instant air dash mix-ups unless you have sparking. That's another way you could make the medium auto combo useful. Make it so the second hit of the medium auto combo is your character's 1 jump cancelable move. Your 1 jump cancelable move. So Vegeta could be like, boom, 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 boom. Shit, dude. That's his one way that he can do that, dude, right? I know he can do that, but, you know, or he can do this, right? But can you do that? It's like, oh, Vegeto's in his fuck. Like, you don't need that just for sparking, dude, right? Vegito, the one option that he has when he can do this, sparking like that, you mean? If he does that, and you want instantly, when you have stuff like that, you've instantly made the player has a reason to actually use the meet him auto combo. I think auto combos are stupid, but it's in the game. There needs to be a reason to use it, okay? Continuing on though, talking about the blocks, so how would I add more defensive options or whatever? First of all, I think there should be, honestly, I really think that there should be an FD. FD is one of the greatest inventions that Guilty Gear ever did. FD is just a fucking amazing thing. And you know what? They put FD in BlazBlue, so they could put an FD in this, right? Put in an FD sort of mechanic. Maybe it takes away your meter real fucking quick, dude. Maybe it takes away your bar super fucking quick, dude. But put it in. And if you don't put in that, I've also thought, okay, we have these little blocks. Maybe there's like a special reflect where if you press, you know, not just back and X, mashing on it, maybe you press back, square, and X, right? You know, I'm charging like that. If you do that, maybe it takes a couple blocks, right? But it gives you a reflect that works out of normals too. It's not just fireballs, right? So it gives yourself another option. If you think that's too good, maybe make it 3 blocks or something like that. I don't know. It can't be a bar because you already have homing dash, right? I mean, you have the alpha counter. I don't know what the fuck it's called in this game, but whatever the case, maybe just take it a couple blocks, right? Have it take a couple blocks, but you have an option to FD out of normals, right? Because I want more, you know, I'm adding a jump cancelable thing, you know what I mean? I'm adding more options, right? I haven't even gotten to all the stagger stuff. But something else I would do is, you want to know what I think, dude? I think that there should be a dynamic in this game where because I'm putting more emphasis on the opponent, they don't want to keep blocking. So they have more reason and incentive that they want to reflect out of something or they want a homing dash. And again, potentially they have an FD block or something like that, or they potentially have like basically an EX reflect, right? So I would make every character has certain moves that you cannot reflect. They're unreflectable moves. You know what I mean? You have Krillin, he's doing his like boom boom. The opponent doesn't want to take that, but if he tries to reflect out of that, maybe you can't reflect his destructo disc, right? That's the mix-up, right? So it's like, oh shit, I don't want to keep taking this because this actually does real fucking block damage now, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, boom. Yeah, that's that setup, right? You do like a max and boom, boom. It's like, oh shit, I don't actually want to take that. You know what I mean? I better fucking actually try to get out of that. That's doing actual chip damage. Oh, that's another thing too. Regular fireballs would take chip damage too, I think. They're shooting fireballs. You can take a point of block damage. Who the fuck cares? It's giving the opponent more incentive to reflect, right? And maybe Krillin has this. You can't reflect that, right? You're like, oh shit, dude, right? Maybe you can't reflect Krillin's solar flare. He's like, oh shit, I gotta get out of this. Oh fuck, I'm gonna reflect. Oh fuck, he did that. He guessed, right? He guessed I was gonna do it. He reflected that. Then he gets a combo on me, dude, right? Because you get like some counter hit combo, right? You've added such an interesting dynamic to the game. To be honest, dude, I even think that's something Guilty Gear should do. Guilty Gear should add something. Every character should have like an un-FDable move. And I think it would add such a weird and interesting potential dynamic to the game, right? So yeah, and of course when I was talking about stagger pressure, you know what I mean? Characters, you can't have this bullshit. You need to be able to mash that as long as you want, dude. And you know, one of the problems of this game too is that, you know, you have so many characters that all your moves, they're just kind of moving you forward, right? You know what I mean? It just is so terrible. You need to fix the way that like pressure works in this game. And this is why I feel like the game is potentially beyond help. Because to do this, you're going to have to fiddle with all the frame data in the game, right? Because I'm adding FD or EX reflect block. I'm giving your character every medium auto combo is your one jump cancelable move. You know what I mean? I'm adding different layers to the game. Now they're going to have to fiddle with all the frame data of the moves, right? Which is why I think it's this is unrealistic, but I would like to see this, right? Because, again, we're talking about and here's the thing too. One of the reasons this game is fucked up, and this isn't even necessarily this game, is you have to remember that the flow of the match, like the footsies of this game is very fucked up. The way you tap, it doesn't feel correct, right? Because your character is always moving forward, you know, every character needs at least one new move too that doesn't move them forward. You know what I mean? You need to have, every character needs at least one new move that they're not just shooting forward towards the guy. They need to have another miscellaneous normal. Maybe every character has a close-up normal, whatever the fuck it is. Maybe their medium hit auto combo doesn't move them forward, but the way you stagger pressure in this game, it needs a big fundamental change because it feels terrible in this game. And what I want to tell you is that because when you look at games like Street Fighter 2, there are times you watch Street Fighter 2. There are times you play Street Fighter 2. You need to realize how fucking beautiful Street Fighter works at times, right? You're like, wow, this exchange, like the way the Footsies worked in this is so fucking beautiful. And even a game like Guilty Gear, which Guilty Gear has become kind of an anime game in a negative way, right? In a negative way. There's a lot of shit all over the screen in a negative way sometimes. But there are still times, and I've talked about this before in my game theory videos, where Guilty Gear is actually a beautiful game to play and a beautiful game to watch too. Because there's a lot of goodwill in the game like Street Fighter. There's times when you play Guilty Gear and you can actually have a resemblance of like a footsie matchup in Guilty Gear. The way you poke, the way you stagger pressure. It's like an evolved Street Fighter in a sense. I'm not saying Guilty Gear is better than Street Fighter because I don't think it is. But there's still, like I said, there is goodwill in Guilty Gear. And there's a reason that Guilty Gear became one of the most famous games. Because you could see a little bit of Guilty Gear in Street Fighter, or a little bit of Street Fighter in Guilty Gear. There are times you play Guilty Gear and like, wow, this was beautiful. This exchange was beautiful. But you know what? When you play Dragon Ball FighterZ, I can't ever think of the few times that I played Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's been a long time where I'm like, wow, how many times have you played Dragon Ball FighterZ and you're staggering pressure and you're like, ooh, you're like tapping the guy, you know, because frame data was actually not a meme. You know what I mean? People weren't reading, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is plus this is plus this. It just flowed naturally. It felt right. It felt fucking beautiful to play. Street Fighter 2, you play, it's like, wow, what a fucking amazing exchange. So simple, so methodical, but so great. Guilty Gear, even as crazy games that Guilty Gear can be, Guilty Gear can have moments of that excellence that you're like, wow, fighting games are awesome. But when you play Dragon Ball FighterZ, you're like, oh, this game, it just feels like, you just don't stagger pressure correctly. It's this whole wait your turn meme. You know, they need a fundamental fix in this game, right? This game has never, I don't think I've ever watched this game and be like, wow, that was fucking beautiful. What an amazing game. I love fighting games. And that's not even necessarily all Dragon Ball FighterZ's fault, because inherently all tag team games have a bit of that hectic nature, which, although can be fun, it does take away a bit of the beauty of fighting games, of that methodical aspect of fighting games in a sense, right? So it's not necessarily Dragon Ball FighterZ, but when you're like, oh god, I'm homie dashed over here, oh god, fuck my teams, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? You're not like, whoa, that was so methodical and amazing. You're like, wow, is the guy gonna block that shit? You know what I mean? Which is fun because even I just laughed right there. But it's not exactly the same, right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, is he got a homie dash from there? You know what I mean? It's like, it's Dragon Ball FighterZ footsies, right? But what I'm trying to get at is this game needs a big fundamental fix. Because even Guilty Gear, even though Guilty Gear is a more, quotation marks, crazy game than Street Fighter, there are still moments of Guilty Gear where you're like, wow, that was fucking beautiful, dude. What a great exchange, right? And that's something that Guilty Gear's credit to, because I can even say I love fucking King of Fighters. But King of Fighters, even when I used to play King of Fighters, even when I watch King of Fighters is not always a game that when you play it, you feel like the beauty of a fighting game, okay? I love fucking King of Fighters, right? But King of Fighters, and I'm not saying there's no footsies in King of Fighters either, right? But even King of Fighters, as famous as King of Fighters is, King of Fighters does not always have that excellent beauty of like a feeling of a game sometimes, right? I don't know, I don't want to get too much into fighting game theory about how fighting games work, but anyway, this game needs a big thing. You need to change frame data. You need to be able to tap as much as you want. Look, Goku's turn should not be after 2. Goku's turn, he can mash jab as much as you want. There shouldn't be that, right? That should not be how the game works, right? So you need frame data needs to be recalculated throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? The characters need to be able to FD to get out of something, or this EX reflect thing, you know, we're giving more options, and there's going to be like a new mind game. Roll with it, dude. You added an awesome thing where you can reflect out of fireballs. You know what I mean? Like, what a potential for awesomeness in here. Go with the mind game that you created, dude. Go all the way, dude. You've added a potential awesome dynamic to the game. It needs to be more apparent. But the fundamental game of this game is so fucking shit, you can't appreciate the potential beauty of this game, right? That's the kind of shit I'm getting at, right? So anyway, you know, I would add that shit. Give every character another normal, you know, an EX thing. Like I said, for this is what I said, you know what I would give? For Vegeto's, like, next normal, you know what I mean? Maybe he has, like, another thing. Do you know Vegito has this normal in a lot of the other fighting games where he kind of crosses his arm and he sweeps your foot and then he does, like, a roundhouse and he roundhouses you in the air, right? You know what I mean? And I would give him that, dude. Give him a really quick, he, like, sweeps your leg real quick and then he kicks you in the air. And you're like, well, Clayton, you just gave Vegito a low. Okay, I did give him a low. But we would still make him weak from the aspect of, well, he just kicked you in the air. So his one quick low, he kicked you in there. So the only thing that would combo from it is that. Because that move doesn't even have, this combo is not used enough. Like, it's like they put this move in the game, they put that specific sequence in the game, it feels like on purpose. But it's like, that's not really how the game works most of the time. That doesn't have enough use, right? So it's like, hey, if you gave Vegito, we're still making him weak to lows, but he has this really quick low, which doesn't move him forward like that. He just kind of sweeps you, does that little arm cross thing, and then he, like, you know, he does that. It kind of looks like Kim's Duck Fierce from King of Fighters, right? And he roundhouses you in the air. Quick low like that, and then boom, you go to that. You've instantly gave that move a purpose, and you've instantly given Vegito another low option, while not making it a, like, oh, he has this mash thing. Which sucks, because honestly, I think this sucks. Now, first of all, for certain characters, yeah. Vegito, I wouldn't give him a mash. He doesn't have any mashing attacks, right? Because, you know what I mean? Actually, this sucks because Vegeto's my favorite character, and like I said, I hate the way that normals are. You stagger pressure. Of course, I would fix things with Vegito. I'm not going to get all into it, right? But for certain characters like Vegito, yeah, maybe he's just fucked. He's not going to have a quick low that he can just mash on over and over like that. His move, he just has that, you know what I mean? Maybe Vegeto's just a ghetto character when it comes to normals. I don't like it personally, but there needs to be different characters like that, right? You know what I mean? So roll with it, dude. Keep them different. But yeah, so that could be a way, and that normal doesn't keep him super close, so he's kind of far away up there, right? You know, whatever, dude, but that would be a way to do that. Again, so that was into the whole reflecting dynamic and all that kind of stuff, and with homing dashing. They'd put more emphasis on that with black things. You don't want to take that shit. Let me show you another thing with the power bar, right? Again, we're looking at these notches. This is how I would fix the notches, right? So we have shit like this, right? Okay, why are there not actually beam struggles in this game? And I'm going to tell you a very interesting way they could add it in, right? First of all, I'm not saying you're going to have a mashing beam struggle, okay? But we do this, right? He does this, right? Like, watch, it does this little yellow thing, boom, right? There's the yellow thing. It's clashing. It's clashing right there. Now, I'm going to win because I did my level 3. But let's imagine this, right? And think about how often this happens in the game, right? It doesn't happen that often in the first place, right? But what you would do to fix this is whenever a beam starts clashing, you know what I mean? And you see that little yellow mark, or whatever it is, might like have him do this shit again, right? I mean, my fireball, watch this. Like, so what? You know what I do this? So now, if the character holds down a button, that's how you get into beam wars. Now look at the notches, right? So if I don't want to lose this like beam war, I just hold down the key button and it continues to take away a notch. And so it's like my notch against your notch. Am I going to gamble all my meter and see if I can beat you in this beam war or not? You've instantly made the game more Dragon Ball FighterZ. And you're not mashing on the controller or anything. You're just holding down the button. And you're wagering, you know what I mean, your bar against theirs. You know what I mean? And if I win the beam battle, I get, you know, all the fucking super and then some, right? I mean, just think about how many times you actually see a fireball war in this game. And it could be even with this stuff, too. It doesn't have to just be... It just doesn't have to be just that, right? It could be a regular fire... Oh, my head time out. It could be a regular fireball too, dude, right? You know what I mean? Like imagine it's like, oh man, these happen once in a blue moon, right? Fireballs, wars happen once in a blue moon, right? Imagine you just hold down the button right there. Imagine so fucking random. Imagine each character has 7 bars, but imagine each character only has 1 hit until they're dead. And you're like, shit, dude. I don't know. It's like, do I wager this? Is he not gonna wager this? You know what I mean? And you go for the beam battle, right? And you just hold it down. And it just goes like boom, 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 and it keeps on taking away a notch. So whoever has the most bars wins, right? Now, of course, if a character has a level 3, they should have priority, right? You know what I mean? So you should have to be able to, you're gonna have to take a lot to beat them. But you've instantly made the game more Dragon Ball FighterZ. And you've even added a potential dynamic of, say Goku was like, he's like, oh fuck, dude, it's like, well, I'm really losing this match right now. Like imagine like Goku is like, I'm super losing this match right now, but I have 7 bars. Or sorry, like Goku has 7 bars, it's like, oh fuck. I'm super losing this match or something. Oh, I turned off my bar, but imagine if you could purposely try to get into it. So say like, you know, okay, so say like this, right? You know how in this game you can vanish really fast, right? And I wouldn't change vanishes either, just to get that. So boom like this. So like, oh shit, I'm not taking that, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna do like that, or where instead of blocking it, because I don't want to take the block damage, or you know, I could have reflected or whatever the fuck, right? But imagine if like a situation in this game could actually happen where the character's like, well, fuck, I have like 5 bars, right? And it's like, I could just block it like this. I could vanish. I could do whatever. But what if I actually gambled my meter and I'm like, you know what? I see he's doing the super. I'm gonna do my super. I'm gonna see if this motherfucker is willing to waste his bar to beat me in this beam struggle. And I know that's kind of weird, but it's Dragon Ball FighterZ. And I feel like that's a way you could actually add it into the game, dude, right? You know, I've said before too, this is just an example, like I think the game should be way more wacky. Every character needs at least 1 new normal, 1 new special. And I talked about how you could every character has 1 new miscellaneous normal. Their medium normal does something else different during the auto combo. Their auto combo and the air looks a bit different. So the characters look a little different like that. Like I would add more wacky shit too like that, right? Like first of all, synergy needs to be a thing. Don't take away synergy. It's a tag team game. There needs to be fucking synergy in it. Don't add these stupid like, you know, penalties for damage on supers because your team has good synergy. Absolutely fucking stupid. You shouldn't be taking that away. I would even give characters, maybe some characters whack things like say Krillin. Dude, that, you know what I mean? Imagine if Krillin's that move. Now, first of all, personally for Krillin, I think he should be able to link off of that like the beta normally, like he could. Like I know he has some weird links in this off this, but I think he should be able to link off that anyway as it is normally, or at least off a counter hit. Which again, add counter hits into the game, please, for the love of God, right? Add that kind of shit. But I think it'd be actually like I would add more wacky shit that adds to the team aspect of the game. So what about this? What if Krillin's Solar Flare you could tag in and out of? Wouldn't that be kind of weird? It's like, oh, Krillin, he's quotation marks sucks, but he has an amazing DP that maybe if he gets only shitty damage off it for whatever, maybe that's like some terrible damage buffer, I don't know. But you can actually tag out of it. Wouldn't that be kind of fucking weird? So it's like you have this move, like Krillin is doing these like crazy, you know, fuck my titty, whatever shit he's doing, right? He's like, oh shit, I don't want the point to reflect out of this, you know what I mean? Oh shit, I'm gonna do that, you know, you can space that, whatever. So then he's like, I'm gonna go for this, like, I'm gonna pray that the punt reflects, boom, I tagged out. Now I got Vegito who does way more damage than I do from a combo. And he does some huge combo. You know what I mean? Like, add some wacky shit to this. You have a reason to do this kind of shit, right? I talked about powering up. There's not enough reason to power up. I said you should be able to cancel your power-ups into something. I think you should be able to do this in there. I just think you should be able to do it in there as well. You know, it's like slow. So it's not like you're doing a hard and then... Sorry, let me do this. It's not like you're doing a hard like, oh, okay. Alright, could I even show this? Let's see, like, boom. Yeah, see, like, that wouldn't have comboed. Do you know what I mean? But you should be able to do shit like that. So the only way that you would have, like, a point of doing that is if you're like, boom, boom, and you knock the guy down to the ground, and then you charged up while you're falling down, right? You know what I mean? I think you should be able to do it. Dude should be able to hover in there. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. It's more Dragon Ball FighterZ. Fuck me, dude. Right? I know I get asked about combos, how I would change combos a lot. Here's the problem why I said the game is so fundamentally flawed with combos. I want you to think about this. Because the game is 10 seconds. Okay, now here's another thing too. Some people actually think that 10 seconds is too long for a combo. Don't complain about combos when you have people that are obviously so butthurt about people like, think about everything that people have done. How, I said this before. People think doing crazy shit is bad, games shouldn't have all this crazy shit, or games shouldn't have crazy combos. You know what I mean? Our combos are too long in this game. Look at fucking Twitter culture. Look at the culture of fucking video games. Everyone is fucking dick sucking themselves, trying to be the first one to find this one combo that no one else has done. You don't think shit like this is important? Why the fuck do so many people make up lies about me, which I've always showed proof of? Constantly happens. These people make up lies about me, try to say the stuff I've done doesn't work. They get me banned. They make up that Clayton is this huge asshole. Let's get everyone to hate Clayton. Then after we said all this stuff doesn't work, we post what he did. And we say that we found it. If combos and finding cool shit, if big combos and all this kind of stuff weren't relevant, you wouldn't have people that go to such extreme lengths just to make up lies about someone like me. So first of all, and plus you have games like these, combos are hype anyway, so 10 seconds is not that long. So people that complain about 10 seconds is too long, whatever, right? I said personally, and I'll try to give some examples, I would actually make combos 11 seconds or 12 seconds, and I'm going to show you why. And first of all, let's talk about assists, right? This is what I do, because this is why, first of all, that a time limit in a tag team game is a terrible idea in the first place, right? Because the game's hectic. We're throwing out shits, you know, my fucking dick is flying all over the place when I'm playing, right? Who knows what the fuck is going on, right? So if you're telling me, right, I call Vegeta, boom, 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 I do a combo right there, right? Okay. But if you're telling me I waited just a little bit, you're telling me because even though it's the same starter, the same combo might not work. Vegeta wasn't probably a good example. Probably should use Vegeta, but like, look. Do you realize that, okay, look how long that took. Or I'm sorry. Now watch it, this is from here. Do you realize even though that's the same combo, I can do a totally different combo because of the time limit? A totally different combo might work versus the other. So a tag team game where you're hitting random hits off of anything, a totally different combo might work. Do you realize how fucking stupid that is? That makes absolutely no fucking sense. So how would we fix that? Well, first of all, let me show this example too, why combos should be longer. Oh god, I haven't played Goku in a while. Watch how many times I fucked this up. So, what would be a good example? I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. So that's kind of one of Goku's gimmicks, right? He gets a big punch anywhere, right? He gets a big punch that knocks the guy down anywhere. Well, and this is the combo I did for the very short time that I played the game, way during the beginning, which watch me fuck it up, right? I fucked it up. It's been a while. Oh my god, exposed, dude. Shit. I fucked it up. Oh god, it's been a while, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, dude. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm fucking this up. Oh, that happens. Nope. Oh boy. Nope. Let's see how often I fuck it up. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god, I forgot the timing for the tiger and dash, dude. Shit, dude. Wow, dude, I'm really sorry, guys. Well, I've been exposed, haven't I? I forgot the timing. It's been too long since I played Goku. Nope, I could tell the timing wrong. Jesus Christ, dude, I'm sorry. Wow, what is the timing for that, dude? I don't remember. Oh my god, dude, I don't remember the timing. There we go. Fuck me, dude. Oh, I forgot the combo after. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, it's been too long. That's not good either. Jesus Christ, man. Wow. Nope. Oh man, dude. Jesus Christ. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Wow, That's fucking sad. Anyway, you saw that didn't combo. Jesus Christ, was that like 10 times or something in a row? Well, whatever. I've done some crazy combos on stream first time. Anyway, point was, you get 10 seconds. Wow, man, I can't believe. I'm gonna keep talking while I gotta keep trying. I can't believe I fucked that up this one. There we go, twice in a row. I was doing it too fast, I guess. Anyway, the point was, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I fucked that up like 10 times in a row. Jesus Christ. Can I get 3 times in a row? Nope, I can't. I suck. Anyway, the point is, that was the combo I was doing when I played the game a little bit at the beginning of the game. But anyway, point was, why does that not work? So we have Goku, who can do something simple like this. I can't even hit that. That's sad, right? We have Goku who does something simple like this. Right, and he's doing his gimmick of Big Punch after that. But if you actually do something a little bit more crazy... Yeah, see, I'm sorry, dude. Well, I forgot to fireball, but you get the idea. But if I do that, the Big Punch doesn't work, right? That's fucking stupid, right? So that's why you need more time. You need like another second or 2 seconds for the combo. You know what I mean? Because characters need to be able to do their gimmicks. There's too many times when a character actually... Like, that's when people say, like... Because... The game, the combos in this game, because you're doing homing dash and everything like that, a basic combo, you know what I mean? Like, that took almost as long as a, you know, kind of a combo actually going for more damage. Now, of course, for this you can do, you know, whatever. Wow, dude, I can't believe I'm fucking this up so much, dude. Jesus Christ. I don't remember how to play the game. Maybe I never knew how to play the game. I'm getting the Tiger Knee, but I don't remember the timing for the air dash. I don't remember. I'm doing too fast. Maybe I should just do the Tiger Knee kamehameha after that, right? Wow, dude. Exposed. Clayton's been exposed. I forgot to do the fireball. Well, it's late. I can blame it on it being late right now, I guess. Man, I suck, dude. I'm sorry. I suck. Anyway, the point was, you know what I mean? There needs to be more time to do combos. Can I even do a Vegito combo? What is wrong with me? Okay. Well, that just goes to show you that, you know... Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, so we get the idea. I think I just haven't put Goku in a while. Yeah, I think that's it. Wow, man. I just... Wow, dude, man. I'm out of practice. Anyway, suck me. Let's suck my titties, right? Let's blame the Goku stuff on that. Anyway, so point is, you know what I mean? There needs to be more time because you need to give the character and the player incentive to do these combos, right? It's like, you need more time. And I know people say, oh, I don't want, it's going to be too long. Do the fireball. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I suck. It's just been too long. It's been too long. See, I just need to remember the timing. Whew, Jesus Christ. Anyway, there needs to be more incentive to do that stuff, right? And if you give the player another second or two to do combos, you gotta think the combo is already getting so long that it doesn't really matter anyway, right? You're only doing a little bit more damage in the first place, but that little bit of damage will add up, and there will be more incentive to do shit, right? Like, Goku shouldn't already be Goku should not be getting towards the tech buffer that fast in a combo that he can't do his gimmick. You know what I mean? His gimmick of knocking the guy down anywhere. And for the assist thing, I was gonna say, if you can program the game so perfectly, whatever, that you can actually add a time limit in the game, you know what I mean? There's no reason to think that you can't program the game so if there's 11 seconds, it would be 30 frames or something like that. So it's like, oh, my assist hit. Instantly, you know that 30 frames have been taken away from the tech buffer. 30 frames have been taken away. I don't need to worry about doing a different combo. 30 frames have been taken away. Nothing is different. I don't need to change my combo. I don't need to potentially change my combo because my assist hit later versus when my assist hits sooner. I know the optimal combo. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the problem. When you think about this game, because this game is hectic in nature, that kind of shit encourages the player to not do optimal combos. Because the player's like, oh, well, fuck, did my assist hit a little bit late? Did it hit a little bit early? I don't fucking remember. It's like, well, I better just go for the safe combo. That's terrible. You shouldn't be telling the player to play safe, dude. You know what I mean? You see what I'm getting at? That's fucking stupid. That's sad that I'm hitting the tiger knee, but I don't remember the air dash timing. I don't remember the air dash timing for that, dude, man. I don't remember the air dash timing for that. I gotta get better at that. I guess if I ever decide to play the game again, that's fine. I can do the tiger knee fine, but the air dash timing... Yeah, I'm bad at that. Huh. Fuck my titties, man. That was good. Oh, I jinxed myself. Now I want to hit it, dude. Now I want to hit it because I feel angry. I feel angry that I'm missing such an easy combo. I don't remember the timing after that. Such an easy combo, man. Anyway. Ah, dude, fuck my titties, dude. Let's just keep doing the judo combo, guys, because I suck. That's easy enough. I guess that's what we're gonna blame it on. Yeah, I don't remember the timing, I guess, I'm sorry. Anyway, so the point is, there needs to be more incentive to do the bigger combos, and if the combos were a little bit longer, you would have more incentive to do it, dude. You'd have more incentive to do it, because you're actually that little bit of damage. Now, certain characters like, God, like Vegito, if you're doing a simple combo with him, the optimal combos I show with him do ridiculously more damage, and I've shown. That kind of shit is not that hard, dude. All those links are very doable. Like, you get a big chunk of damage doing Vegito from doing optimal combos. But say Goku, a lot of the optimal combos I've shown with Goku don't do enough more damage, you know what I mean, than they should, right? But if you actually had that extra second or two, then that's going to add up because you're going to be getting better enders and all that kind of stuff, right? And you've also fixed this stupid tag thing because you're like, wow, I don't know if my assist hit a little bit earlier or a little bit late. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem, dude. That makes you want to play the game unoptimally, dude. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I feel so shitty for missing that so much, dude. Well, like I said, we'll blame it on me not playing for a while and getting ready for the plan, I guess. Wow, I can't believe I'm fucking that part up so much. What is wrong with me? See, am I doing the fireball too slow? Is that why I'm missing that right now? I feel like maybe I'm doing it too fast. Is that the problem? Actually, they did change his hurricane kick in this, didn't they? Didn't they change his hurricane kick in this patch? Actually, they did, right? Doesn't it bounce you a little? Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, is that the problem? Didn't they change his hurricane kick a little bit? Maybe that's why I'm mistiming the air dash. Is that what they did? Maybe they did change his hurricane kick. Because I'm doing the tiger knee, but I'm missing that a lot. I'm missing the ender a lot. Now I gotta go look at his patch now. I feel like his hurricane kick did change, right? Because that's such an easy... I must forgot the time where they changed it during the patch this year. Well, that just goes to show you how much I've played, I guess. Not at all this year, right? I said before, I haven't played since before Vegito came out, but whatever the case, so that's how I'd fix combos. There's more incentive to do stuff. If you thought the combos were going to be too long or the character... And please, people that want the matches to end faster anyway. So, wow, the characters are going to do more damage. You maybe add, there's 10 seconds on the life bar, right? Or 10 seconds in the combo buffer. There's 10,000 points of damage, wherever the fuck it is, right? Maybe if you add another second, add 1,100, where the fuck, dude? Anyway, fix combos like that because you need more incentive to do cool shit. You get too much damage comparatively for a lot of characters off of something simple, right? So, that's how I'd fix combos. Other things like I think I talked about a lot of the dynamic stuff I would change in the game. You know what I mean? Add synergy, get rid of stupid shit like, I don't know if I can show that. I'll probably show this, right? Yeah, it said reversal. I can still reversal. You know what I mean? Stuff like, that should be frame 1 instant. Like, some stuff like that, get rid of this baby shit, like, some character, like, a counter is not frame 1. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, stop punishing. Get rid of that stupid shit. Like, oh, you can't assist and DP correctly at the same time. Like, I don't get, like, Vegeta's assist, like, my counter is not frame 1 invincible. Like, oh, this is, what is it? That's an anti-air, but if I jump, well, it didn't say anti-air. I can actually, you know what I mean? Like, well, I'm trying to show myself getting beat, but what if I do that? Let's see this. Here we go. You know what I mean? Like, that, like, why is that, why are you, like, picking and choosing what moves can, I don't get that kind of shit. Oh, also for throws, you know, I would say throws should be, I think I set the guy to actually attack down. I hate throws in this game, but I don't see throws are such a fundamental part of the game. I don't ever see it changing. Yeah, but throws should instantly be techs like that. There needs to be like a tech mind game. Like that hit way too late. Like there needs to be an actually kind of tech mind game in this game. Like that should hit. You know, that hit way too late. You know what I mean? The opponent needs to actually have some kind of, you know what I mean? Throws need to be a bit of a mix-up in that situation. Again, there's so many things I would change about the game, but I feel like that's kind of a lot of fundamental things I would change about the game, and I think it would make it infinitely more interesting. There we go. I'm doing the air dash so fast, I think. I'm doing the air dash so fast, I'm fucking up, but like I said, that doesn't count, but it should. Because there should be another 2 seconds on the clock, or at least 1 second, right? I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to talk about that I would change, like, fundamentally. I feel like those are the biggest changes. Fireball stuff, I had counter hits. Is that it? Yeah, I'm doing the air dash so fast, I'm not even in position to hit the medium. That's the problem. That was the problem. I'm doing the air dash so fast I can't even hit it. Okay, that was my bad. My fingers are so fucking quick, dude. My fingers are so good. That's what all the girls say. And that's what I wish they said. Forever alone. Anyway, yeah, is there anything else? Block damage, all that kind of shit, right? Anyway, like I said, I was packing my bags. I'm about to leave for Japan. So I just finished that Gogeta video, which I just uploaded. And now I was recording this, and I'll be uploading this later. And then I'm going to bust out of here. All right. Like I said, hopefully that makes sense, you know what I mean? Because longer combos, you know, gives character more things for that. A lot of the fundamental changes. I could go into all the changes I would do with the characters, but you know, it takes a long time. But anyway, the end, I think. Unless anyone can think of anything else that I forgot to mention. I know people talk about, you know, the fuzzy stuff, but you know, you're giving characters more options to not worry about that. And if you actually had an FD, you could be FDing while you come out of the thing. But, oh, I know for alpha counter too. I think you should be able to choose between the alpha counter, between doing the sparking alpha counter and the regular homing dash alpha counter. I think that'd be more interesting, so the opponent could actually have a mix-up, like am I going to alpha counter and call my assist, or am I going to alpha counter and teleport to behind you? God, there's so many things I would change about this game. It's hard to know where to start, but I feel like I rambled on long enough, so the end, because I'm leaving.